all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, no, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, no, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad.
Baltimore got the best defense in Madden, as far as they playbook. Leave that shit alone. Pablo, come here, man. You being too quiet. Come here. The fuck is you in there doing?
Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden League.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And That is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returnable for Thomas. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Check the backer, check the backer.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
He's still going to catch it. No, he's not.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked out by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebacker linebackers set the edge.
On third down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
I thought I could change this nigga around.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On second and goal, Cousins.
He's still going to
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll run on first down. Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing his Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And an alley to run. There he goes, left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 28 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up.
He is not on your team.
Yeah,
He is not on your team, I promise.
Every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here.
So somebody got your controller.
Don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the last time. The first 2 times you threw it straight to him.
It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Going for it all.
Touchdown. Fuck off him.
Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this
Jackson hit, and he
Give me
lost
that.
the football.
I'll let
And the
you.
Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Shit.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
This nigga is sorry. Wait, didn't know anything about it.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with it, 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed it, blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Let's see if he come back. Dog him out with the Bears real quick. This game. He ain't coming back. This nigga done got offline, ain't he?
Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden League. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden League. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do,
alright, bro.
See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one.
Get every
And when it
game.
comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons.
I don't expect to get every game, bro. But you be giving me the games, though.
Dog is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you.
You been giving me every one for a while now, bro. You gotta stop throwing so many interceptions.
I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0.
I promise you ain't gonna win throwing 4 picks.
It's the
It ain't gonna
NFL
happen.
on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the
You
scene
ain't
a
gonna
moment
beat me
ago
like
as
that.
the
You might beat
Bears
somebody
emerged
else
from
like
their
that, but you ain't
tunnel.
gonna beat me throwing
Ready
that
for
many
football are
interceptions,
they,
I promise.
and ready
I know
for
that.
football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. This is Field at the goal line.
You better go to practice, because I ain't practice.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, have you? I record every game, my guy. All games go on YouTube, brother, whether I win or lose. That shit don't matter. All you gotta do is type in my gamer tag, bro. I ain't lying. Type in Mr. Working Good on YouTube. All videos
First
are
down throw
on.
for Prescott. Forced down to his left.
Like, look at this shit. Like, that shit right there. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Intercepted.
What are you doing?
It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. And they are going to set up
Why you
shop
ain't throw
at
that out
the
of bounds?
40-yard line.
What? You want the nigga to
Not
jump
how
for
they
that?
envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
You just threw a 4 blue jerseys. How you want him to catch
First
it?
quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the
Get up there.
sideline.
Yes, sir. I'll let
He
you.
is in. Touchdown,
That looked like a
Chicago.
fast foot, what?
A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and now it's third down.
Here we go. 47.
Prescott. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down now. It's Cohen, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Trubisky to throw. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott.
Oh, Cooper hit another move.
Escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll run with Elliott. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 73 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown.
Oh, shit.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
It's going to be worse than this.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Bears 6.
They trying to make it too realistic. Niggas be finishing on stupid shit.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first down, it's Cohen, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. On first down, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. DeMarcus Lawrence, his second sack of the night.
But they'll take
Them two
start to have a
niggas
good
right there
drive,
guarding
quite
each
like
other.
a big loss on a sack,
27
does it?
31
Now they're
side
looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky to throw. And Robinson to the big catch. And he takes this one in for the Bears touchdown.
all the time.
Allen Robinson, 28 yards. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Why are you smacking it?
First down, it's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. But, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
Oh, I got to get through there. I fucked up again.
Most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
You thought he was.
A battle for it, and it's
Perfect time to use
intercepted.
that pick.
Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, what are you doing?
There.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL
Okay, all y'all
gives
finna
out,
get this
the
shit,
one that they
nigga.
give the
Stick
most-
work.
The credence isn't the right word. The most
Stick
attention
work.
to, and the one that they want trumpeted
Nigga
the
done
most.
took half the
That's
defense on
Walter
one
Payton
play.
Man of
Look
the
at that
Year, because
nigga.
That represents the totality of a
Hey,
player in
see
the
him on
NFL,
the
not
bench.
just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais
What
Campbell, the
that nigga
defensive
doing?
tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations.
Get over there.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it.
Come on now, let's go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. It's complete to Robinson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite
when the
as
ball
good as
in
the
there,
last,
just
but
hit
still
X.
over 40
All you
yards
gotta do.
between the two.
That don't require practice on niggas.
Throwing here,
Do that
Trubisky
shit.
to the end zone,
25.
but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's gonna work.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
7.
From the gun, it's Trubisky.
Oh, shit.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Come on now, we ain't letting him return it.
Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get this ball back.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
First down, Prescott.
Oh, look at that shit.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Help me out, help me out, help me out, help me out.
Trubisky. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make
come on, get in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Cohen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down. Now Cohen. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
You're always so worried about the run. Dang, man. I'm receiving the ball, man. I ain't doing shit. I'm receiving the ball, bro. I'm seeing if niggas gonna come after me. If niggas coming, I'm gonna stay. If niggas don't come, I'm gonna run. Like, what you mean? What am I doing?
They'll start with
ain't no clock moving.
And he's gonna be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They try again with Cohen.
Oh, no. Why did he spin? That was a juke.
Before he's brought down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Now Trubisky on first down. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Trubisky will throw. That's complete to Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Bears push further out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I ain't gonna need them. The fuck? I mean, when the game matter. When the game matter, dummy. When the game matter, dummy. See what I'm saying? When the game matter, dummy. I ain't gonna need them.
Off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5
It's
added.
easy playing.
Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater.
Go. Get over there.
Stop juking like that. His first year of eligibility, people knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. For Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go,
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Trubisky. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
No.
Throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, nowhere to escape.
When you threw it behind the man
down.
and he in front of the man.
DeMarcus Lawrence, make that now 4 sacks
like
for
that pick
him
you
in
threw
tonight's
Jason.
ball
Jason
game.
wouldn't hit that man beat you if you would have just clicked his button, but you held that shit. That's how I was able to get underneath it. That's why you threw it behind him.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears.
You ain't gotta listen. It's cool, but I'm just telling you what you're doing. Right. Like this, look, this a bullet pass. You see what happens? Look, you see what happens? I gave you a pick. You see what happens?
Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and they are going to
exactly. I threw a bullet.
At the 40-yard line. two-score game here.
Bullets go to the
and that
defense,
pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because
I'm just proving the point of bullets go to the
defense,
defense, bro. Like, nothing more, nothing less.
It's almost like they felt like, hey,
Nothing more,
we've got a
nothing
good
less.
cushion. We can keep pressing it.
Bullets go to the defense. Live that shit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This to Jarwin. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
He burning him, but I was on the wrong side.
It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
I was on the wrong side.
Cooper, 58 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score.
Don't let me score. Stupid ass nigga. Look, every time you talk shit, you see what happens? Every time.
Well to the right and no good.
That's how you know that shit be a fluke. You just be talking every time. You put me back in the game, then look what y'all. Shit, you missed the kick. Come on, bro. It was a one-possession game. And that's cool. That's fine. You ain't got the lead, though. You can talk with the lead. You feel me? I'm up on the scoreboard.
The 26-yard line just
winners do the talking. I don't give a fuck about them. It's not gonna matter against you. But it's not gonna matter against you. But it's not gonna matter against you though. That's the crazy part. But it's not gonna matter against you.
Maybe you start thinking about.
But it's not gonna matter against you though, whether I miss or kick the
You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
It don't matter against you.
First downs to keep up with your theme.
It never do.
First downs, they can't touch the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You think so?
On first down, they go right back to Cohen.
I've been getting all of it, bro, because you can't beat me, bro. You can't beat me no more, bro. That's fine, bro. Nobody. Who said that I was?
To my eyes, to see in mirrors, he getting stronger as this game moves
You saying shit and answering your own question. I never said I was, bro. You used to be competition. Yeah, I give you that. Now you're not no more. You're not confident.
During the season, in order to continue to carry the ball.
That's facts.
8 yards.
Where's their practice
at? Some options on second and short.
Well, that's your business. That's your. And what would they have to do with you, though? What would they have to do with you? What would they have to do with you, though? That you just talked about, you telling us where my money come from. What would they have to do with you?
Minus 2 yards brings
Fuck all that. What would they have to do with you where my money come from? Do I feed you? Do I feed you? Do I feed your kids? Do I feed you? Do I feed your kids? Huh? Do I feed you or do I feed your kids? Yes or no? Do I feed you or do I feed your kids? Yes or no? So what would that matter? So what would that matter? What would that matter though?
They think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing.
What would that matter though?
Now he'll escape to his. Oh no, he lost the football.
What would that matter though? That's still what I want to figure out. This shit I be talking about. You always talking about some dumbass shit. I want to know where your money comes from.
Had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
You said you wonder where.
You
said you wonder where, right or wrong. You said you wonder where, right or wrong. What you say then? You said you wonder where, right?
37. Dancing to his left.
Ain't that what you said?
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. What
you think? I'm guessing you was born in 1989, so what, you 31? You concerned with another nigga pockets at 31 years old? You just said you wonder where. How was that not a concern? How was that not you wondering? What the fuck? You too old. You too old to be pocket watching, my nigga. You too old to be pocket watching. You too old to be pocket watching. You too old to be pocket watching. And what does it have to do with you? Whether I do or don't. You mad because you losing. You mad because you losing. You mad because me. You just said you winning where my money come from like I'm broke, but I'm personal. But I'm personal.
And training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They got to
you taking it personal by saying that. What is you saying? We talking about a video game. You talking about money and dogs. How am I taking it personal? That's what you said. About what? I'm talking cash shit about the video game.
We welcome you back.
Right, I ain't finna keep arguing with you, bro.
As they search for a way to get this one.
Look, after this game, don't send me shit else. Alright, do that for me.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Don't send me shit else after this game. Alright, after you lose this one, don't send me shit else until you get some practice. Alright.
But you and I both know,
Appreciate it.
well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Appreciate it.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Trubisky. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now it's Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change.
Nope, well, there we have it again, folks. Sorry ass nigga once again.